Your smile is gorgeous. But if you've always wanted it to be straighter, you can give Smiles a try. You get an impression kit, send in a cast of your gorgeous chompers, and then a licensed doctor reviews your case. Once you get a custom treatment plan, those aligners ship straight to you. Once your treatment starts, you can get a check-in with a doctor whenever you want through the SmileSet app. And everything happens for 60% less than traditional braces. Listeners of our show get an additional 35% discount when they go to smileset.com/weirdest. With this discount, you can get the smile of your dreams for under $1,200. Go to smileset.com/weirdest to get started. Smileset.com/weirdest. This episode is sponsored by Vinted. Vinted is a secondhand app that makes it super easy to pass on the things I've loved to new homes that will continue to love them. The fact that it's so fast and easy to list items on Vinted makes me feel excited about actually doing my next closet clean out. And I don't have to stress about logistics because once an item sells, Vinted will create a prepaid shipping label for me. Give your clothes a second life with Vinted. Download the Vinted app for free to start selling with no seller fees, so you keep everything you earn. Once again, that's Vinted, and you can download it for free. Given how great Honey Love's shapewear is, it's not surprising that their sports bra is just built different too. It has everything about a sports bra that I prefer over an underwire bra, but it provides actual lift and separation, and it's breathable and adjustable and just good. Treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market. Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honeylove at honeylove.com/weirdest. That's honeylove.com/weirdest. After you check out, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honeylove. At Popular Science, we report and write dozens of science and tech stories every week. And while most of the stuff we stumble across makes it into our articles, we also find plenty of weird facts that we just keep around the office. So we figured, why not share those with you? Welcome to The Weirdest Thing I Learned This Week from the editors of Popular Science. I'm Rachel Feltman.
I'm Liz Clayton Fuller.
Hi, I'm Alexis Nikole Nelson.
Welcome to the show.
Yay.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much.
So I think a lot of our listeners will know who you are. I will say, telling folks that you were coming on as a guest, I probably got the most excited response I've ever gotten.
Hi, friends.
Yeah. And I feel the same. But just in case
Rachel,
there are folks listening who aren't familiar, would you tell them about your amazing work, which I really think is so important and you do so well. So yeah, please tell us more.
So the way I describe my job that my mom hates for me to say is that I professionally eat things off the ground and teach people how to do the same thing without dying. But I guess if I was giving a more serious description, I am an outdoor educator. I specifically focus on education through the lens of foraging, especially for food, sometimes for medicinal, and now my new hyperfixation is also for like fiber plants for clothing, but that's neither here nor there. I am on the lecture circuit, so I lecture at schools and universities. I lead plant walks. I begrudgingly am a social media human and I make content for the internet. And now I also have a book coming out.
Yeah.
We love physical media.
Yes, we do.
But we have a good time. I think there's a lot to learn and get excited about when you realize that all of the little plants hiding around you have wonderful little secrets. And then it makes your neighborhood seem cooler, and then you take better care of it.
Yeah, that is so true.
Absolutely.
And Liz, welcome back. It's been a minute. It's so great to have you back on the show.
It's so nice to be back. I am your resident bird guy, back to talk about more bird stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's dive right in because I am on the edge of my seat to hear everybody's facts today.
Same.
So on the weirdest thing I learned this week, we start by each offering up a little tease about some kind of fact or story that we found in the course of reading, writing, reporting, picking stuff off the ground and eating it, etc. And decide which one we just absolutely have to hear about first. Then once we've all had time to to spin our little science yarns, we reconvene and decide what the weirdest thing we learned this week actually was, except there's not actually a winner anymore. We had too many three-way ties. It was just now we just chit-chat.
Everyone
we just
wins.
gab. We gab.
Everyone's a winner.
Yeah, or no one is. But no, it's definitely that everybody's the winner. Liz, what's your tease today?
My tease today is birds are the reason the company Pantone exists.
Wow.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Can't wait to hear more. My tease is, you probably already know that I'm obsessed with naked mole rats. Who isn't?
Who's not?
Now I'm going to talk about how they get their way by being stinky.
Oh my God, that's inspirational.
I was going to say,
already.
that's aspirational. Like,
Yeah.
Every new thing I learn about the naked mole rat impresses me more and makes me want to emulate them more. Alexis, what is your tease?
My tease is the greatest fruit you've never heard of has like 5 million names. And we all know how language works. When something has 5 million names, it's gotta be good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or at least economically important, I guess.
True.
It's so funny. It may turn out to be just our last episode, but if not, a few episodes ago, we were talking to Greg Jenner from the show You're Dead to Me. Mm-hmm. And as an aside, it came up that he's really interested in how some cities have just like one name, and that that's what everyone calls it. And some cities have many, many names in different languages.
Yes.
Sort of, the various historical and geopolitical things that go into making that the case. And now I'm like, if it's good and fiscally important, maybe it's got more names.
Maybe it's got more names. Maybe there's a little theory to throw into a past tidbit.
Well, let's get started. Liz, why don't you kick us off with birds and Pantone?
I'm so
great.
excited.
Yes. So this is kind of a thread that I pulled on because here's a little backstory. I'm working on my federal duck stamp competition painting entry right now.
Oh, so important to me.
Oh, I'm already rooting for you. I hope you win. Do we get to know what ducks you are depicting?
You do. I actually have it right here, which is not helpful for the listeners, but I'll give you just a little peek.
Beautiful.
So that's my guy this year.
Beautiful.
So he is, for the listeners, a blue-winged teal. And I was thinking about bird names and the color teal and the name teal. And I was like, what is the origin of teal? Like, what does that word actually mean? And interestingly enough, the color teal is named after the Eurasian teal, which is a bird. Whoa. So Eurasian teal came first, and they have this beautiful stripe of teal on their head that was so iconic that they named a color after it, which is just like, again, goals, like naked mole rat, stinky gulls, being so beautiful, a whole color gets named after you. Oh my God.
That is the goal, really.
So I tried to look into if there were any other colors named after birds as sort of directly as that. And the answer was like, not really. Like there's like robin's egg blue, which is very descriptive, but isn't the same as like, wow, there's this perfect color and it's the, now this is the name of the color. But as I was kind of pulling on that thread, I learned that because of the beauty and the color of birds, this ornithologist back in the day, Robert Ridgway, okay, so a little backstory on Robert, quick lore on Robert. He was the oldest of 10 children.
Dang.
Wow.
Yup. And so as an eldest as well, I understand why he became like a weird bird artist.
Same. It is our job to be the weirdo of the family.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it's our job, and we must carry that torch with pride. So he had all these siblings, and his parents encouraged him to draw, and his aunt, whose name was Fanny Gunn. This is not really related to anything, but I just was like,
it's just
a
iconic.
Great name, and I need to share that on the
Fanny,
internet.
get your gun.
Yeah,
Fanny, get your
gun. I feel sort of disappointed that my kid is already like 2 and I did not name her Fanny Gunn, but that's okay. Someone else who's listening can take that name and run with it. So they were all big supporters of his art. And when he was 13, which this is like the cutest thing I've ever heard. He did a beautiful, detailed, full color drawing of some birds that he saw, and he didn't know what they were. So he sent them in the mail to the Commissioner of Patents and was basically like, sir, do you know what these birds are? Which, like, I'm just saying, the internet could never, AI could never. Like, the idea of seeing a bird, doing a painting of it, putting it in the mail, and, like, waiting and wondering to know what bird it is. Like, I feel like we all kind of need something like that in our lives. We need less immediate access to the information. We need to earn it a little bit.
I do have a running bit with my good friend Ryan F. Mandelbaum, who is a bird person.
Yes.
I frequently send them pictures of actual birds out in the world, being like, what's this bird? And I've always described our text communication as Dadaist in nature. So, like, we never know. Kinds. Yeah, we never know how long it's going to take to get a reply. You know what the syntax will be. But then I also have a running bit where I send things that are very clearly not birds. We sent a recording of my child shrieking like a seagull. I said, Ryan, what's this bird? So I feel like a really warm kinship to this little boy said to a bird painting.
Yes. As you know what, I'm realizing that I'm the Commissioner of Patents for my friends. Like, they send me the birds. That's me. That's a beautiful thing and an honor. I also
love that he was like, the Commissioner of Patents, he has to recognize a lot of things.
Right. I read that a couple times and I was
his job's to know
okay.
Stuff. And I'm like, did we put patents on birds and I missed it?
I think he was just like, this guy must know a lot. So I'm going to reach out to him. Which is amazing. So the Commissioner of Patents actually very sort of started the snowball for Robert Ridgway because he forwarded his letter to Spencer Fullerton Baird of the Smithsonian Institute, of course.
Dang.
And so Baird sees the art and he's like, oh my God, this is like really good. Holy crap. And so he writes him back and he's like, dude, your art's awesome. Your artistic abilities are amazing, but please learn to use the scientific names of birds in further correspondence. So definitely
you're so
shoved
talented.
Robert, into being a full nerd. He's like, learn the scientific names.
You're so talented, but you better come correct the next time we speak.
Yeah, I'm going to need you to learn the birds, son, okay?
He said there are, in fact, stupid questions.
Yes.
And you just ask one.
Basically, he was like, great art, but, get good, okay?
Yeah.
So Ridgway and Baird essentially became like pen pals and formed kind of like a mentor-mentee relationship. And much later in Robert's life, he was actually appointed as the secretary at the Smithsonian Institute. So he really pulled on this thread until he ended up actually at the Smithsonian. So Ridgway, big nerd and artist, affectionate. I say that with all the love in my heart. So he is like talking to other ornithologists and other birders, and they're all trying to describe birds to each other. And they're like, yeah, that one was blue, but like a dark blue. And this one was brownish, but, so they're all sort of struggling to use color language to describe the birds to each other. Mm-hmm. And Ridgway is like, I've got to do something about this. It's like, I can't let this stand. So he decided to make a color dictionary to help ornithologists communicate about bird colors.
Yes.
So his effort to describe the diversity of bird color ends up later inspiring one of the first modern color systems, Pantone. But in the beginning, so this is 1886, by the way. I don't think I've given you a timeline yet, but this is where we are. So in 1886, he created and published a nomenclature of colors for naturalists, which categorized 186 colors alongside diagrams of birds. By the way, you can look at this book on the internet, on the Smithsonian's website. I recommend you do. It's really delightful. It's so much fun to look at. So the initial book that he made, he and his wife, Julia, painted these huge pages of each color. So every one of the 186 colors he wanted to categorize, he and Julia mixed the colors and painted these huge sheets of it and then cut it into perfect little rectangles and put original swatches of the colors in each of the original books. Whoa. I think there were like 500 books, which is a huge number for a book in 1886. Yeah. And each of them has these original little swatches of color. And in the books, you can literally see the paint strokes. Like, it is a beautiful thing. And not only can you see the paint strokes, also each color has a name and lists the colors used to mix the color. So it's like, he went all the way in.
He said no one is messing up their bird paintings moving forward.
Yeah,
you have no excuse.
No one is ever not going to be able to identify a purple finch again. Like, he's like, I made this mistake and no one else ever will. So in the original book, you know, it's this beautiful work of art. It's absolutely incredible. And he puts it out. People love it. And he says, you know what? That's actually not enough. I'm going to make another book. So
good.
In 1912, he self-published an expanded version for a broader audience, and it was called Color Standards and Color Nomenclature. And that one included, so the first one was 186 colors. This one includes 1,115 colors.
How were him and Julia's hands after this?
At this point, he and Julia are not doing the paintings themselves because they have access to like chemical color mixing and printing. Yes, they said everyone needs to know about more colors, but like we can't be painting 1,115 sheets of paper and cutting them up into little bits. So that book is also available to view online. It's gorgeous. And a lot of the colors are actually named after birds like warbler green and jay blue and things like that. So here's a quick side note for me to get to talk about bird color as I'm talking about, you know, the colors that were inspired by birds. Jay blue in the book is this like beautiful blue, right? But you all may or may not know, listeners and my fellow podcasters, blue jay feathers are not actually blue.
No, they are not. No,
they are not. So most color in nature comes from pigments that absorb and reflect light, but blue jay feathers create their color through structural tricks. It's called structural color. Lots of birds have this as a part of their sort of like color display. And structural color is microscopic layers and air pockets in the features that scatter blue light back to your eyes and let the rest of the light go through. So you can see a blue jay feather. There's actually, I watched a guy, and like, don't do this at home.
Don't watch a guy.
Don't ever watch a guy.
Never
Honestly,
watch a guy.
Never do that again.
Guy watching, done. Bird
it's
watching,
over.
in.
Yes, exactly.
That's
Yes.
true.
That's my personal new goal for life. Never watch a man on the internet again, period. So if you look at a blue jay feather, sort of like, you know, on the blue jay, you're like, wow, that's blue. But if you take it off of the blue jay, which like, do not.
Yeah, that's the part to not do.
Don't do
that's
that.
Actually
Corvids are so good at remembering. That blue jay's
it's
going to
true.
be
They'll
so
never
pissed.
forget, and they're going to tell their whole family.
Also, the Migratory Bird Act of 1912 is no joke. Leave them alone.
That's Alexis, that's literally the topic I talked about last time I was on this podcast. I'm not kidding. I was like, you cannot have bird feathers. I know you want to, but you can't.
Don't do it. Liz, we need to be friends because I literally have to bring up the Migratory Bird Act of 1912 at least once a week.
Yes,
at
it
least
happens
once
constantly. Yes. People will text me not only pictures of birds, but then they're holding a feather, and I'm like, babe, put that down.
Put it
That's
down.
not your feather.
That's not yours.
Put that
We
thing
gotta
back
talk
where
about
it came
them.
from.
Or so help
me. Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. So I'm sure this internet man had permission to do this.
I don't know.
He had a blue jay feather He's showing how it looks blue in certain light, but when the light passes through it, it looks brown. And then he puts it in a mortar and pestle and he grinds it up.
Yum.
And that destroys the structure, which makes structural color.
Wow.
So it's just brown. It just becomes totally brown. So, anywho, bird color.
That's
crazy cool.
If anyone out here is still science fair age and is trying to take home that blue ribbon,
wow,
excellent idea.
True. Absolutely.
Yeah. You can even compare it if you, I don't know, maybe ask a museum near you if they have feathers you can
or
have.
like a zoo, maybe?
Or a zoo.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
Yes.
Don't steal feathers from jays.
No.
They'll tell all of the other jays about you, and they gossip.
Yes. Yeah. And then they'll tell the crows, like,
Oh,
Corvid
God.
family.
Then it'll be a
you're
whole
done
problem.
for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You'll be having to wear a mask every day of your life.
Then the government's going to get involved. Migratory Bird Act. Like, listen, just don't do it to yourself.
Don't do it.
Okay, so that's my sidebar on Jay Blue, but we're going to fast forward to the 1950s, okay? So printers and advertisers are facing sort of the similar color quandary that Ridgway went through, right? Ridgway. And they're like, how do we create colors that are consistent and unique and distinct? We need a system. So essentially, recognizing an unmet need, this guy named Lawrence Herbert bought out the printing company where he was working in 1962 and created the company Pantone from that. Oh. And he referenced all of these older color guides, including Robert Ridgway's, to sort of establish a color system that was ultimately inspired by the beauty of birds. And we can't really talk about Pantone today without mentioning the color of the year this year, which is white.
Yeah.
It's called Cloud Dancer, but like that's bullshit.
Yeah. I had sky dancers as a kid and they didn't look like that.
No, they did not. They were way cooler and more colorful.
Way cooler.
Just letting them rip and oh
man.
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
And so many hair tangles.
Oh God, yes. Absolutely. Yes. But yes, so Cloud Dancer, everything is political and it's impossible to separate the color choice for the color of the year from the broader cultural context that we are living in and experiencing with a rise of white nationalism and our government being loudly supportive of that. So at best, it's insanely tone deaf and at worst, it's sinister. So not a good color of the year this year, Pantone. Tone deaf. Tone deaf.
Tone deaf.
Yes. Tone deaf, indeed. Yes.
That goes right to the top.
Yep.
Right to the top.
Pantone-deaf, yes.
Whoa.
So,
dang,
anywho.
where was that when this was announced? That should have been
right?
that should have been the headline for everybody.
That should have been the headline, absolutely. But yes, bad color of the year this year, Pantone, but we came a long way to get here, and it ultimately started with birds. So that is that's my yarn for you today.
Oh, a great yarn.
Hopefully it's teal next year.
Yes, year the teal.
Something.
Just something.
I know
just
they're like white is all colors at once. Well, okay.
No. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's
that's
not.
enough.
No.
It's not.
That's enough out of you.
Exactly. Cut that out.
Yeah.
That's no thank you, please.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back with some more facts. Your smile is gorgeous. But if you've always wanted it to be straighter, you can give Smile Set a try. You get an impression kit, send in a cast of your gorgeous chompers, and then a licensed doctor reviews your case. Once you get a custom treatment plan, those aligners ship straight to you. Once your treatment starts, you can get a check-in with a doctor whenever you want through the Smile Set app. And everything happens for 60% less than traditional braces. I'm not personally looking to straighten my teeth at home right now, but Smile Set also offers custom night guards, and I definitely need a night guard. I did my impression kit at home, and it was is super easy and kind of fun because it gets to squish stuff around like Play-Doh. And speaking of Play-Doh, now my night guard is, according to the app, being crafted. It'll soon be shipped right to my door, and I cannot wait to have something to chew on. Listeners of our show get an additional 35% discount when they go to smileset.com/weirdest. With this discount, you can get the smile of your dreams for under $1,200. Go to smileset.com/weirdest to get started. Smileset.com/weirdest. This episode is sponsored by Vinted. I feel like I am constantly trying to clean out and optimize my closet. Between being short on space and always feeling like I need to slightly tweak my personal style and really hating overconsumption and waste, I spend a lot of time on secondhand apps. Buying, selling, browsing, dreaming, hoping, etc. Vinted is a secondhand app that makes it super easy for people like me to pass on the things I've loved to new homes that will continue to love them. And of course, helps me earn a little money along the way. I've just started to check out Vinted for the first time, but I love how clean and simple the listing process is. I also love that there are no selling fees. So whatever I earn, I'll get to keep. And the app itself is also free to download. The fact that it's so fast and easy to list items on Vinted makes me feel excited about actually doing my next closet clean out. And I don't have to stress about logistics because once an item sells, Vinted will create a prepaid shipping label for me. Give your clothes a second life with Vinted. Download the Vinted app for free to start selling with no seller fees, so you keep everything you earn. Once again, that's Vinted, and you can download it for free. Okay, we're back, and so I'm going to talk about how naked mole rat queens, which again, queens.
Yes, queen.
Listeners already know I'm obsessed with, how they use smell to get their way. Now, just in case you missed the full ode to naked mole rats I did apparently many years ago. That was scary when I look back at how long ago that was. Or if you need a refresher, let's briefly talk about why the naked mole rat is proof that if there is a God, she loves us and is also a real freak.
Yes.
I love them, and they're nasty and weird.
Yeah.
So naked mole rats, Heterocephalus glaber, are the only mammals whose body can't regulate a steady internal temperature. Their temperature regulation has a lot more in common with cold-blooded animals like reptiles than it does with other rodents. And that's why you often see them kind of squirming around in big squishy pasty piles. They do a lot of snuggling to stay warm when they're not engaged in bloody dynastic feuds, which I will get into in a bit.
I was going to compare them to anemic people like myself, but then we got to bloody dynastic feuds. And so we've taken a slight diversion.
Yeah, slight. But, just some other things about how bizarre they are. There was a study published a few years ago that showed that naked mole rats can survive oxygen levels that would be, this is the quote, fatal to humans and fatal to laboratory mice and probably to everyone else.
Oh my God.
They put them at 5% oxygen, which is less than the atmosphere at the top of Mount Everest. And they thought they would show some signs of distress within 15 minutes. But an hour later, they were fine.
Just chilling.
Chilling.
And then 5 hours later, this is a quote from an article in PopSci's back in 2017. After 5 hours, we were convinced that 5% oxygen is not a problem for these guys. So we decided to call it a night, go home, and have dinner. And when they put them in a container with 0 oxygen, they did pass out after 5 minutes, but then they were like, okay.
Minutes?
Yeah, it's a long time. And then they were like, okay, put them back to normal. And they popped back up a few seconds later. There were 5.
Wow.
So that's sinister.
Yeah, I was like, the ethics of that give me pause. But
Right.
I love what we learned from it.
Yes. Absolutely. It is the kind of animal study that you're like, oh, and why?
And why?
Which we're not going to dig too deep into that today, but the ability itself has something of a sinister edge to it, I would say. Why you need that, naked mole rats? I kind of feel like, they do live underground, and they do get into these snuggly cold-blooded piles. I'm like, maybe they just need to be able to deal with being
Not
smothered
breathing.
all the
If
time.
you're in the bottom of the pile, maybe you're not getting a lot of oxygen.
Yeah. Scientists, something to think about. I don't know. They also don't seem to experience pain in the way that we understand it. They don't react
What?
to injuries that it seems like they should react to. They also don't like seem to have the instinct to treat an injured area as if it's like sensitive. They don't baby it, you know, in other words. They're just like,
Interesting.
whatever.
Tough guys.
So maybe their
Yeah.
like bloody dynastic feuds are just like fun times.
Yeah, maybe that's just a
maybe-
pillow fight for them.
Maybe to them it's like totally chill until one of them is
Yeah.
dead. And then they're
Yeah.
like,
I
skill
missed this
issue.
part of Kim Possible. I mean,
Yeah,
Rufus
right?
was tumbling
Yeah,
a
Rufus
lot.
didn't tell us all this.
No.
yeah. So yeah, basically of any mammals that had been studied as of, you know, when I last looked it up, and I think probably still, they have the least sensitive pain receptors. Yeah. So there's all of that. They also, they get studied a lot for both aging research and cancer research because they're basically impervious to cancer in a way that is very unusual for mammals. And then also they, you know, there's some research on whether they like age in the way that we would expect mammals to age. They do definitely like age and die. They're not like the freaky immortal jellyfish guys, but it's like there's maybe some interesting stuff going on with them.
I wouldn't be surprised if you
Yeah.
were
Someone
like,
find
they
the
never die.
telomeres at the end of their gene stat.
There's
What's going on?
There's sort of like there are very few things you could tell me scientists have discovered about naked mole rats that I wouldn't at least be tempted to believe because
Right.
they're just very weird. But
It's
getting
giving
to
that's what peak performance
yes,
looks like.
yeah. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Is what
That's
it looks
just
like.
Yeah.
They really are like, you know, I'm saying all the time, both on Weirdest Thing and like in my book and, you know, whatever, like humans are not the pinnacle of anything. Like
No.
evolution is not carrying us to a goal. It's just what we are. It's stuff is happening and some of us are surviving
Yeah.
and that's continuing to happen. And those
Yes.
things are compounding. And I feel like naked mole rats are one of those things where it's like, unfortunately, this might be the pinnacle of evolution.
Yes.
You can't tell me they're not doing really well for themselves.
I mean, that's kind of amazing. Maybe I want to be a naked mole rat.
Yeah, I'm kind of like
same.
humans. We're sort of like working towards this self-destruction situation, and naked mole rats are just down here like chilling, not feeling pain, being
Yeah.
stinky,
Yeah.
cuddling.
Yeah.
All the good things about life.
Yeah.
Surviving
Definitely
in low
on-
oxygen
right.
levels.
They're on my vision board.
Like
for
let
sure.
me in the colony, please.
Yeah.
Please.
Well, so speaking of the colony and getting into the aspects of them that are weird, that are relevant to the new research I'm going to talk about. So they're what scientists call eusocial animals. That literally translates to good or true social. It's the highest level of sociality. Basically, adults live in groups and care for their young cooperatively, and only certain individuals produce those young. Ants and bees are more famous examples because eusociality is mostly seen among insects. It's that sort of like super organized hive or colony where you've got like ranks of individuals and it all seems to just sort of like happen that way and like they're programmed to like have that society and they interrelate to each other in that very complex way that seems to be like a well-oiled machine.
We're all
Amazing.
in this
Yeah,
together.
exactly. And there are only 2 mammalian species that are considered truly eusocial. Both of them are mole rat. The other one is
Nice.
the Demarland mole rat, which looks a lot like a naked mole rat, except not naked.
Oh,
And
The clothed
honestly-
they have clothes on.
the clothed mole rat.
Got little outfits.
Yeah.
Little top hat.
So honestly, if you thought that the skin folds were the thing that made the naked mole rat look kind of terrifying, you should take a look at the Demarland mole rat because they're very different, but like those beady little eyes and giant incisors on like a weirdly skinny hamster, also unsettling.
Oh my!
They're not.
I'm
They're
looking
still not cute.
and I'm learning.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was really taken aback at how still freaky they look with hair.
Oh.
So
More freaky because it's like
Yeah.
it makes less sense. Like
Yeah.
when they're
Yeah.
naked, you're like, yeah, you should look like that.
Yeah.
I just
They
love
do
how
kind
with
of have
their,
a top hat. They have a little white spot
Yeah.
on their head. That's their
Oh
little
yeah,
top
that's
hat.
true.
and I love how with the way their teeth are oriented, they always look like they are mid-scream.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's an important
Yes.
part of it. But yeah, so So they're these weird eusocial mammals, a very bizarre thing, which obviously fascinates scientists to no end.
I mean,
yeah.
I kind of love him. He's kind of growing on me.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, same as like, I also kind of love naked mole rats, even though objectively
Yes.
they're really horrifying looking. And I'm sure given enough time, the clothed mole rat will also burrow its way into my heart. Yeah, they're organized in a hierarchy that's like loosely correlated with their size. You've got your like workers and foragers, you know, sort of the equivalent of those like worker bees.
Yes.
foragers.
Yeah.
Shout out to foragers.
Yeah. It's important work. They're the base of the pyramid.
Exactly. Everyone's got to eat. Rabbits.
Yeah.
You gotta
and,
eat.
Yeah. And then they've got some more like soldiers in the middle. And then socially speaking, the highest ranked are and then socially speaking, the higher ranks, you know, there's the breeding male, and then there's the queen, who is the only breeding female, similar to what you would see in a bee colony. And yeah, one thing that I just learned in prepping for this, which is fascinating and hilarious to me, is that their ranks are so defined that you can actually sort them using a very simple dominance test. You just put two of them and have them meet in a tunnel, and then whichever one yields, you know, is the lower ranked of the pair.
Oh my God.
They're just like,
pardon me.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Gonna
And
just-
I guess if they're the same rank, maybe they just do the thing where they like step to either side
They
of the
go,
hallway repeatedly. Yeah.
What?
Yep.
And then they're in a dance battle.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
That's incredible. I'm
yeah.
envisioning them with like tiny arms, like yielding, like a
Yeah.
you know.
And so, yeah, similar to queen bees, you know, the most dominant mole rat lady is basically competes for that role and then has the right to bear the colony's young, while everyone else does everything else.
Honestly, I'd
yeah.
be like, let her.
Yeah. Like,
Yes.
Go off, queen.
Yeah.
Yes.
and yeah, this can result in some very bloody dynastic battles. Back in 2018, the Smithsonian National Zoo actually had a long drawn out battle for queendom. There's a quote from Decius back then of a zookeeper saying, yeah, they've been fighting and killing each other. They have mole rat wars. We're hoping
front of
things
the
will
children?
calm down a little now.
Yeah, did they like put up like a screen, like dynastic battle happening? We'll
Such a
come
good
back
question.
later.
Come back
And
later.
I think they probably did. Like, honestly, I think they did.
Oh my God.
Because, yeah, their adult brood went
I'm like
from...
actually crying that I am laughing so hard.
Their adult brood went from 17 to 13 over the course of
Dang.
a few months because there was so
boy.
much fighting.
This is giving like Watership Down. I
Yeah.
don't know
Yes.
if
Yeah, absolutely.
This is all it's feeling. It's giving Lord of the Flies. They're like, if we're going to be isolated in here, we got to figure some things out.
yeah.
Yeah. And so like back in 2018 when this happened at the zoo, it played out in the way that zookeepers and researchers had grown to expect it to play out, which is that the females who were kind of like largest and seemed most likely to become queen, like fought with each other quite a bit and also like started trying to get pregnant the fastest. And unsurprisingly, the biggest lady won. And so back when I did my deep dive on naked mole rats back in like 2018 or whatever it was, which is, anyway, scientists knew that non-breeding females in the colonies like were infertile. They had sexual organs that appeared prepubescent. And then if you took them out of the colony, that would kickstart their puberty. Whoa. So they knew that this was a thing, that like there could literally only be one queen.
Can only be one.
There can be only
Yeah.
one.
Dang.
But they didn't know what mechanism might actually prevent fertility in non-queens, which is where the new research comes in.
The
Because
stinky?
Yeah, it seems like the answer is the stinky.
Amazing.
She's producing the mammalian version of like pheromones like a queen bee uses.
Whoa.
Yeah, she's a perfume girly. She's into those niche scents.
Baccarat.
Man.
So yeah, to figure this
incredible.
out, I know, I love it. And the research is really fascinating. So they analyzed 351, I think, naked mole rats, a bunch of different ages, ranks, reproductive states, just a swath of naked mole rat culture. And they held little absorbent plastic tubes near them for half an hour each so that they could like waft their odors.
As
then they
one
put
does.
those. As one does.
Rat. Yeah.
I really am. I can't wait for like Alchemia to release their naked mole rat scent. But they put those through a mass spectrometer. They found about 100 distinct chemical compounds. Not surprising that scent is very important to them because they are blind and very good at smelling stuff. They have 1,200 olfactory receptor genes, which is, I think mice only have about 1,000 and humans only have a few hundred. So they're very smelly guys. And so that wasn't surprising. But they did find that there was a common thread where queens all had this chemical isopropyl myrostate, which was basically undetectable in other naked mole rats, and it seemed to peak during ovulation. So they were like, this does seem to probably be related to reproduction. Also,
fascinating.
Fun fact from New Scientist reporting on this, which I will link to at popsci.com/weird, this compound is generally considered odorless from human perspectives, but the researchers think that maybe is not the case. It's used as a solvent and moisturizer in a lot of cosmetics, and the study author said that some of his colleagues who shared lab space swore they could smell it when it was present in the lab. So it might just be that it's like subtle and some people can't smell it, but now that it's present in so many products, maybe some people have learned to recognize it. TBD. Has not been studied yet. But yes, naked mole rats can definitely smell it. They show that it activated cells that respond to smell and stimulated their little olfactory bulbs. And
it's so wild to think that, like, using your lotion, if you, like, went to the mole rat colony, you'd just make all the lady mole rats infertile.
Immediately.
Yeah. Honestly, like,
I'm the queen.
Yes, exactly.
You can make yourself smell like a naked mole rat queen every day.
Like, I might buy that lotion.
Yeah, if that was the way it was being marketed, unfortunately, I think they would have me.
I'm kind of bought in.
Where's that Kickstarter?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm opening a tab to start it right after this call.
Yes,
perfect.
We're going to be your first supporters.
Yes.
Thank you. So in testing how they reacted to it, first they found that it did seem to be dependent on rank. They used a T-shaped maze and they placed the smelly queen molecule on one side. And when they put like quite high-ranking females on the other, the ones that could theoretically become queen if a queen were to be, deposed, she avoided it. So they were like, maybe they have an instinct to like avoid the queen because they're sort of, her potential competitors. Whereas, other animals in the colony are like, I'm beneath her notice. I don't have to worry.
Don't worry about me, milady. Just here
passing through.
And then when they sprayed it in cages, basically they took non-breeding females and, took them out of the colony, put them in cages with males. And when they sprayed those cages with this compound, there were no pregnancies. And in the cages where they did not spray this compound, almost all the females got pregnant. Whoa. So it does seem to be that the presence of this chemical, helps to send the message that nobody else needs to be making babies.
Cut that out.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like
and they
the
found
birth control, like, like patch for mole rats.
Yeah.
She's got you covered.
Yeah.
And they found it boosts levels of prolactin, which reduces fertility, and lowered progesterone, which promotes fertility. And so another part of the experiment, they decided to remove the queen, which would usually lead to like one of those bloody scrambles for succession we talked about. But they sprayed this chemical so that from an olfactory point of view, she was still there. And everyone hung out very peacefully until they stopped the spray. And then they were like,
Like new queen.
Open season.
Yeah. Like, it's
so
me now.
That also sort of, many people in articles about this, like it's sort of a creepy sci-fi thing where there's a spray that makes you peaceful. It's not like there was a whole sci-fi franchise spin-off movie with that as a plot point or anything.
No, never.
But yeah, they also, the study was primarily looking at sort of like scent in general. And they found that scent signature is also really important for peasants and commoners. Different colonies carry different like bouquets of chemical compounds.
Sure.
Different stinky.
Yeah, different stinky. And when mole rats from different colonies were put together, they spent an average of 40 seconds sniffing each other to suss each other out.
They're like, who the hell are you?
Yeah. And if they decided they were strangers, if they smelled strange, they would, in fact, usually try to kill each other.
God.
Yeah, but disabling their sense of smell also disabled their violent xenophobia, which must be nice.
Is that the secret?
I was gonna say, is there something here?
I know. I'm feeling like we're inching up to something applicable.
Not today, but
Dang
What
maybe
do
one
we
day.
get to spray the violent xenophobes with?
Yeah, exactly.
Please.
Just a spray bottle like a bad cat.
Exactly. Yes.
But yeah, one other thing before I'm done talking about naked mole rats, unfortunately for today,
That is sad.
another recent study basically was asking, okay, so we know that they have these very violent turnovers. Not surprising that they're up for that, given that they like don't feel pain. But basically asking the question like, okay, so this is a stable evolutionary strategy for them because, in this colony mindset, they're all investing in this one very controlled group of offspring. So it's like very stable for them as opposed to resources being scattered around. But like, it can't always be the most stable option to have just one person doing all the reproduction. And like, do they have any mechanisms for things going a different way? And so this study, speaking of vaguely sinister animal research, they basically induced...
Was it a man on the internet?
No.
Always.
But they basically induced temporarily artificial environmental stressors on a colony, like, relentless slow burn apocalypse scenario. And under those very specific conditions where it was like there is generational environmental strife here, things are not good. They saw that when they moved them to a new location and that was like the final straw, the queen was like not reproducing well anymore. Instead of a bloody fight, several of her daughters started breeding and even had some overlapping pregnancies without violence.
Whoa.
And then one of them just kind of inched ahead and was like reproducing more. She became queen and the others like gradually stopped reproducing and fell back into these other roles. So while this was a very, artificially induced situation, it was still just like, they didn't tell them to do this. It was the natural behavior of the naked mole rats. So it does indicate that they have the versatility to be more chill if that's what's good for the sake of the survival of the colony, but they'd rather not.
They'd rather
They'd
fight.
rather not be chill.
They'd be like, no, we're duking it out.
Only if
Let's
they have
go.
to be.
Yeah.
How were they? Were they just shaking the colony every day? Every day earthquakes.
So I didn't go into the methods. I'm sure a lot of it was about like food and water availability,
scarcity.
maybe
Sure.
some temperature stuff. Though again, they're like hardy.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. They're like, I don't need oxygen or food. It's
Or food.
fine.
I don't need any of you. I just need snuggles.
Rachel, do they have like litters of babies?
They do.
Okay.
And here's another horrifying fact about them.
Yes.
So when the zookeepers in DC were talking about the naked mole rat who had come out ahead, they were like, well, her first litter was 3 pups, which is modest, but she's going to get pregnant again really quickly. And as progressive pregnancies stretch out her spine,
Oh my God.
she'll be able to carry many more babies at once. So that is a thing about them that they
Mole rat body horror. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That,
Wow.
I also don't like that her body's like, perfect.
Yes.
More baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
All
More baby
according to
for
my
queen.
plans.
That's, nature, you so scary.
Yeah, nature is so scary. Naked mole rat, one of the scarier nature.
Yeah.
Considering that they like don't bother us. They're around. They're scrubbing around there in the dark,
Yep.
up to no good. I respect them.
I love that
yeah.
they just have a sort of feudal society going on
basically.
down there.
They do.
Yeah.
But so it's sort of like a socialist feudal society.
Mm-hmm.
They're all
Yes.
getting what they need.
Right.
Exactly. And they get it together when
do.
the times call for it.
Yes.
Yeah, but I can't wait to hear what more we learn about the naked mole rat in the future, because again, every new fact I learn about them makes me more uncomfortable, more impressed. I love them. I love them so much.
That's a good fact right there. One that
That
makes
is
you
a good
uncomfortable
fact.
and impressed. Like,
Yes.
also,
Yeah.
I just love that we're still learning so many things. Like,
Yes.
we think we know so much, but there's so much to learn.
Yeah, absolutely.
So cool.
All right, we're going to take one more break and then we'll be back with one more fact. I spend a lot of my life in sports bras because I like being comfy, but a lot of sports bras aren't actually made for all-day wear. But given how great Honeylove's shapewear is, it's not surprising that their sports bra is just built different too. When I first put on the Honeylove Cross Flex Activity Bra, it immediately felt different and better than pretty much any other sports bra I'd ever worn. It has everything about a sports bra that I prefer over an underwire bra, but it provides actual lift and separation, and it's breathable and adjustable and just good. It provides all of the support you're looking for, even without wires, thanks to Cloud Fuse bonding, but it uses a hook and eye back, so you don't have to wrestle it over your head like most sports bras. If you already know that Honeylove's bras are awesome, then you can get 3 at once with their triple bra bundle. So get 3, get a big discount, and refresh your whole underwear drawer. Treat yourself to the most advanced bras and shapewear on the market. Use our exclusive link to save 20% off Honeylove at honeylove.com/weirdest. That's honeylove.com/weirdest. After you check out, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Experience the new standard in comfort and support with Honeylove. All right, we're back. And tell me about this fruit, this berry, Alexis.
Who is this?
Oh my
I want to know
goodness.
more.
I mean, it's not quite as exciting as crushed bird feathers or the political bloody squabbles of one naked mole rat. But I am here to talk about one of my favorite fruits that you, unless you're Canadian, probably haven't heard of. Shout out to Canada. And the craziest thing about it is probably growing very close to you because people love using it as a street tree. Ooh. And that is going to be the fruits of the trees in the Amelanchier genus. And you might be saying, okay, nerd, can you give me like the real people name of this fruit? And my answer for you is it's complicated.
Amazing.
So many of us have heard that story where it's like, oh, the Inuit have many words for snow and snowy conditions because when something is so important, so prevalent in your society, you tend to have a lot of words to describe it. Mm-hmm. I think that speaks to how important this fruit is because without fail, every single time that I talk about it on the internet, I will get a handful of people being like, but you didn't say that it also goes by this name that my community calls it actually. And I'll be like, yeah, because I don't have 10 minutes, guys.
Yes.
Because we'd literally be here 5 ever.
Actually, it's called this.
Actually, no, I get actually on those videos more than anything, especially by the Canadians. They're just like, don't you know, it's our opportunity to be better than the Americans. And you know what? Good for you, Canada.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Canadians who are listening.
Yeah, like, you already have that, Canada. Like, do you need this too?
Exactly. Come on now. So I will start with its most basic name, most basic common English name, which is the name that I grew up calling it, which is juneberry. It is also the name that is the easiest to explain because its berries are ripe in the month of June.
Yep. I love a name that says what it is.
Exactly. Because we don't always get those. Scientists just be naming things after themselves.
Oh my God.
9 times out of 10.
Birds,
true.
prime example of that.
Yes.
So many birds named after old white dudes and their homies.
Wilson Snipe. Who are you,
Yeah.
Wilson?
Exactly.
You are not a snipe. Take your name off of him.
Release the
His
bird.
name is Jebin. He doesn't know you. So we have juneberries. And so growing up, I'm like, oh yes, juneberries. Makes perfect sense. Start popping them in your mouth around like the first, second week of June. Unfortunately now, as where I live has moved up in growing zones, and as we have inched closer to climate calamity,
Yes.
unfortunately, we now should maybe be calling them end of May berries, but
Wow.
that's really going to be throwing things all up in the air. We don't want to confuse people. June berries. Now, the first thing that's going to happen if you say Juneberry to someone who lives on the western side of the country is they're going to be like, that's not that fruit's name. Its name is serviceberry. And you'll go, serviceberry. That's interesting. I wonder why it has that name. And a liar will pop up out of nowhere. And they don't even know that they're lying, and that's sometimes the worst kind of liar. And they'll say, it's because when they flower, it's right around the time when the ground has thawed enough after winter to be able to continue funeral services. So you can start putting people in the ground again, which does make me go, oh, right, when the ground hard froze, I do guess it would be pretty hard to be putting people in the
True.
ground.
I did
Yeah.
just have that exact thought. Like, yeah, that seems tough.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, dang, I do guess you gotta just let people, like, chill, quite literally,
Yeah, yeah.
until you can be putting them back in the ground. And so for years, I also was a liar. I parroted this story about this alternate name. And then I met my friend and mentor and also critically acclaimed foraging book writer Sam Thayer. And he pulled me aside and said, did you know that's wrong? And I said, I did not. Tell me everything. So, service is actually a really bad, like, Americanized pronunciation of the genus Sorbus, which is European and is the mountain ash or rowan trees. They are both in the rose family. They both have the little crown butt ends, as many rose family fruits do. And so when colonists
Yeah.
got here, they were just like, Sorbus berry.
Yep.
That's who that is. And it just slowly became serviceberry.
Just like
because
a game of telephone, essentially.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And we just kept it. We just kept it. And we just have to be okay with that. Serviceberry, by and large, is the name that you are going to find for members of the Amelanchier genus in the most places in North America. But then a Canadian will come knocking on your door and say, hey, we have that fruit, and that's not what we call it here. And you'll say, okay, Canadian, tell me your story about the Amelanchier genus. And they will say, oh, that's a Saskatoon, don't you know? And then you'll say, that's not a berry. That's the name of a city. In Saskatchewan, what are you talking about? And they'll say, we literally named the city after the fruit.
Whoa.
Wow.
We
The Big
liter-
Apple.
the Big Apple, the Big Saskatoon.
Big Saskatoon.
It comes from a Cree word for the Saskatoon fruit.
Nice.
It was a very important food stuff for the Cree, usually one of the earlier fruits you'd be getting in the growing season. And it was important enough that, yeah, we named the city Saskatoon.
Amazing.
The actual Cree word is much longer, and I will not embarrass myself or disrespect the Cree language by trying to pronounce the original word. But I implore all of you to do an internet search.
Yes.
And make yourself smarter and wiser. Now, at this point, you're like, okay, so this fruit's got a lot of names. But I feel like we've gotten them all covered. Wrong. Incorrect. Because then someone from specifically southeastern Ohio will show up and say, actually, I should have shown up before because I have to do with the last one. We just call it Sarvis.
Sarvis?
We just call it Sarvis. And you'll say, oh, okay. And they're like, yeah, it's sorbus, but wrong.
The missing link.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting there being like, imagining the horrible American accent that had turned sorbus into service. And there it is.
And there it is.
Sarbus. I'm from Tennessee, and I feel like Sarbus sounds like us.
I mean, southeastern Ohio, we're in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains.
There you go.
Very much like culturally have things in common, more so with Appalachia than the rest of Ohio. And so there you have Sarvis, which, yes, is the Australopithecus missing link between sorbus and serviceberry.
Sorbus.
And so then you'll be like, oh, okay. So that and then someone from Newfoundland will kick down your door.
Yes.
You don't have a door anymore. And they'll be like, that there is a chuckly pear.
Chuckly?
You'll say,
A chuckly pear.
what? So this was the one, I've known all of these other ones for a while. Chuckly pear was the one that I was like, no, I actually have to do some deep diving for this one. Because what in the heck is a chuckly?
What is a chuckly?
And it don't look like a pear.
It don't look like a pear. It looked like a bloob.
Yeah.
It looked like a bloob, but on long stems in bunches.
Mm-hmm.
So I found out that chuckly is an old Newf colloquial term for like strong, knotty wood.
Okay.
Oh.
Which serviceberries do tend to have. They have pretty strong wood, useful for a lot of different things. And I'm sure that in an area like Newf, where the seasons are shorter and maybe you're not always getting the big, tall, majestic trees to be cutting things out of, it is a useful plant for more than just the fruit reasons. It is also useful for the wood that it is offering. And pear, they're like, it's like a pear. It's really not.
Have they ever seen a pear before?
Well, now they are closely related. They are cousins. Pears are also in the rose family. They also have that cute little like blossom and star butt like apples and like serviceberries.
Okay.
And if you find some pear species, they do, I mean, the Bradford pear fruits, if we want to talk about a very stinky pear,
Right.
we want to talk about a pear that everyone wants to fight.
I looked up wild pear and I'm seeing some, like I can at least understand where this came from.
It makes a bit more sense when you're not thinking of the like bodacious.
Yeah.
Right, the grocery store pear, the like engineered pear.
Yeah, we're not talking about an Anjou.
Yeah.
We're talking about one of their ancestors. So you're like, oh my gosh, okay. Chuckly pear.
Chuckly pear.
Adding that one to the list.
I should have been counting.
And then someone from New England will be like, that's a sugar plum.
Sugar plum like the fairy?
Exactly. And I'm like, do we need to call Tchaikovsky? Like, what? What are we doing? What's happening? Where did this one come from? And then they're like, oh, it's just because it's sweet.
Okay.
It's just because it's sweet. And it looks a little bit like a small plum.
It kind of purplish, yeah.
And I guess once again, plums and all of the stone fruits are in the rose family.
Rose family, I'm learning, is massive.
Oh, she is that girl when it comes to some of our favorite fruits.
Okay.
Here, there, and everywhere. And if you look at the flowers of all of these different plants, it makes sense.
I'm thinking about it, and they are very, I can see it.
Yeah, the 5 petals, the very similar reproductive systems at the center. It makes sense. And so now I'm going to take a moment and go through my notes to make sure that I didn't miss any of the additional ones. Because the last thing that I want to do, I did. Okay. No, I missed an important one too. One that I should have brought up even earlier.
Who's coming into our house this time?
It's more New Englanders. It's the massholes of which I am descended. So I'm allowed to use that term. That's our word. And they're like, that's shad bush.
What bush?
Shad bush.
Shad. Got it?
Yes, shad. Like Chad, but
Who's Chad?
with an S.
Shad. Yep.
like the beefy man or the country, but with an S.
Sure, yeah.
Who's Shad and why does he
Exactly.
have a bush?
Exactly. That is the very question that I had. And they'll be like, what do you mean, who's Shad? Where do you live? What does your family do? Shad, like the fish that we eat. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, there is a fish called shad. Now that I take a step back. But what does it have to do with the bush? Where the bush doesn't even like growing that close to water. So what are we talking about? And they'll say, you fool, slap, slap. It flowers when the shad run in early spring.
Of course.
You silly goose.
Circling back.
Incredible.
To the seasonal timing name.
To the seasonal time of names.
Yes.
And so it will also sometimes be called shad bush or the weirder shad blow. I don't.
Okay.
And I will say right now,
that one?
if anyone wants to write in and explain why shad blow is
Is it the season of the blow? Like, we need answers.
The shad, they're just blowing through the streams. They're just blowing through the streams. And finally, last but not least, you have the genus name itself, Amelanchier. If you are familiar with the binomial nomenclature of many things, you may be thinking to yourself, that don't sound like Latin. And you would be correct. It is not Latin. It actually is taken from Provençal, the very small dialect in the southeastern part of France, which directly comes from the original, Gaul language, back when France was Gaul, and the Romans shook their fist at them from a distance for being barbarians. And in the original Gaul language, the very similar word to Amelanchier means little apple.
Oh.
He's just a little apple, you guys. He's just a little guy. And that is the tale of the juneberry, serviceberry, sugar plum, shad bush, shad blow, chuckly pear.
Wow.
Which, and I didn't even get to mention this, is absolutely delicious. It's one of my favorite foods.
Heck yeah.
They taste like an apple and a blueberry and an almond had a baby.
Ooh.
Because the seeds inside are edible and almondy. Almond also in the apple, also in the rose family.
Yes.
She does it all.
Yeah.
She really does it all.
What
Almonds
can't the
are
rose
just the
family
kernels
do?
inside of a pit of a stone fruit.
Incredible. Wow.
And all of those guys are all related to sweet juneberry, one of my favorite snacks. It does happen to have its own chapter in my book with some of my favorite recipes in it. But honestly, usually the issue that we have is the fruit making it home to be cooked into anything, because we'll be gathering and we'll be like, 2 for my mouth and 1 for the jar.
Yes.
2 for my mouth and 1 for the jar. We are planting our own in our backyard to hopefully help mitigate this issue.
Yes.
And I can't wait to put their name tags on them.
Yay.
I want it to be a little
It's going to be like a string. Yeah.
Yes, that you can pull out, and it just gives you all of them and a little sentence about why.
Oh,
Incredible.
I love that.
I love that.
So there, a little etymology, and little botany.
Incredible.
For your day.
Also, the birds be
I gotta
loving
get my hands on
service
these
berry.
berries. Oh.
You gotta get your hands on these berries. I always tell people, go onto iNaturalist and type in Amelanchier into the search bar and be shocked at how many of them are in your area.
Yes, I bet.
People love them as street trees. They are very resilient guys.
Yeah. No, there are for sure some around here. And I just, I'm somebody who pays some attention to things I can forage. And that just isn't one that I knew I should be eating. I grew up in the part of South Jersey that is weirdly Appalachian. And listening to this, I was like so shocked that this was not a thing that we ate and talked about. But I think it's because I was so deep in blueberry country, a lot of pride about blueberries, that I think that just dominated the conversation.
Yeah, if you're close to like the Pine Barreny areas, it's absolutely going to be a blueberry to cranberry conversation for you guys, 100%. But you do also have a handful of Amelanchier species as well.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, very exciting.
Yeah.
I want to plant one now for me and the birds.
Oh my gosh. And you will be duking it out with the birds. The cedar waxwings.
Yes.
The cedar waxwings will start camping in them like the week before the fruits are fully ripe.
I love that.
And they'll just be like, listen, we're unemployed. We got all day. We got all day. You'll never beat us to all of these.
And you know what? That's okay with me.
Exactly. Me
they
too.
Can have them.
I love sharing with the birds. It's always a good time.
Yeah.
The robins, they'll be so cute about it, just bobbing along. But it's the robins at least will eat a full berry. The cedar waxwings will just poke a piece out and be like,
Yes.
Yeah. That's always, it feels
They're
mocking.
nibblers. Yes.
Then I think I can take the fruit, and then I find that it's already been got.
Yes. Not the best.
Well, Alexis, that was a wonderful fact and makes me very excited for your book. Would you remind our listeners what it's called so they can go pre-order it and get it and read it for themselves?
My book is called Happy Snacking, Don't Die. Those are the two things that I want you to do. If you're going to follow any of the suggestions and rules for safety in this book, it would be to snack happy and also to not die.
Good rules.
We love being alive in this household.
Yes. We try to in this household.
We try. And my fiance's an attorney, and so he loves when I remind people don't die.
He's like, good job.
Yes.
Very nice.
He's like, I don't know. She explicitly told you don't die, so I don't.
You're legally obligated to not die.
Exactly.
The Weirdest Thing I Learned This Week is produced by all of our hosts, including me, Rachel Feltman, along with Jess Bodie, who also serves as our audio engineer and editor extraordinaire. Our theme music is by Billy Cadden. Our logo is by Katie Beloff. If you have questions, suggestions, or weird stories to share, tweet us at weirdest_thing. Thanks for listening, weirdos.